Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a couple of G.I. Joe Classified series action figures, and we're looking at Snake Eyes and Scarlett. And for those of you who don't know, the Classified series is done in a 6-inch scale, which is very similar to the scale of Marvel Legends and also Star Wars Black Series. So it's kind of nice because all these brands that are being put out by Hasbro are all done in a similar scale. So they all have kind of like compatibility between the different lines. So that's actually nice because you can actually build a huge collection of 6-inch scale figures from multiple franchises. So that's a cool feature. And here on Snake Eyes, you can see he comes with a bunch of accessories. And there's an illustration of him on the front of the package and also on the side. So you can see what that looks like. And then on the back of the package, you get a montage of a bunch of different characters from this series. So that's pretty cool. And I do like the style of this packaging. I think it's pretty interesting. And I was able to pick these up sort of on the secondary market because I never saw them in their initial release at retail. But I was able to find them at a local collectible store. I went like the weekend right after Black Friday, so he had a sale going on. So this price tag that he had on it, $26.95, I actually ended up paying considerably less than that. So between the two of these, basically I spent less than $50, including the sales tax. So I thought that was a pretty good deal, considering these aren't really easy to find. Certainly not at retail stores. They're long gone. So pretty exciting to find these. And here on Scarlett, you can see an illustration of the character on the front of the package. And she also comes with some accessories, including a crossbow and some knives. And then on the side of the package, you can see another illustration of the character there. And then the same montage of characters on the back of the package here. So really do like this style of package, and I think they look great. However, I do want to get them out of the package so that we can take a look at the articulation and the various details. So stay tuned. Okay, so we have these two action figures out of the package now, and we'll start over here with Scarlett. Overall, I'm really digging the look of the head sculpt on this. I think it looks really nice. Nice detail on the hair and everything. I'm a little confused about this backpack thing. I feel like it should be the other way around, that the back side of the arrow should be pointing upward, but maybe that's just me. And there is a slot in here, which I don't know if it's intended for these knives to go in there, but I put them in there just because there is a slot there. So, but I'm not sure if that's the actual intended purpose. And the knives will fit in her hands as well. So there's actually 3 knives on this. There's one here, one in her hand, and then there's a third one in the sheath, like right here. So that's kind of cool. She comes with several weapons, and she also comes with her crossbow. I kind of wish they had done like something with sort of elastic or something in terms of the actual string on the bow, but you know, it is what it is. It does look nice though, in terms of being a cool weapon. And we can go over the articulation on this. Looks like her head is on a ball joint, so you get side-to-side movement, front and back, although it's restricted a little bit by her ponytail. But yeah, you get a little bit tilt and so forth. So that's pretty cool. And then at the shoulders, looks like she can extend out. Also gets 360-degree movement. So that's pretty cool. Just a single joint at the elbow, not double jointed, but she does get rotation there. So side to side. Also at the wrist, she gets back and forth and twist at the wrist. At the mid-torso, she's got articulation there. So you get some side-to-side movement and some twisting. There's another joint down here, I believe. So a little bit of twisting there as well. So yeah, and you get some back and forth movement as well. At the hip, she can kick out, kick forward. Can't kick back too much. She also gets a thigh rotation right there, so that's cool. And then at the knee, it is double jointed, so that's really nice. So you get bend way far back like that. And then at the ankle, she's actually got back and forth like this, and also twist and ankle rocker back and forth. So yeah, really good articulation, very similar to what I've seen with various Black Series figures and also Marvel Legends. I like all the paint detail on this too. She's got a little star on her shoulder, and these little things right here, those are very cool. I don't know if those are arrowheads or what those are, but nice detail. Yeah, overall, pretty happy with all the paint work on this. I think it looks quite nice. So cool. I'd heard some criticism of this figure from various other collectors, but I actually like it a lot. So moving on to talk about Snake Eyes. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the way this figure looks. Comes with quite a few accessories, including the backpack, and then this the sheath for his sword actually attaches to the side of the backpack. So that's kind of cool. And that's obviously removable, so you can see some of the detail on the back of the figure. It just sort of ports into this little plug in the back. So, you know, pretty easy to remove it if you need to. And the sword fits in his hand very nicely, actually. And one cool point about the articulation on that is it's back and forth like this. So you can actually point the sword forward, which is actually a very nice feature. Also comes with this sort of bandolier with grenades attached, a belt. Over here, he comes with a holster for this pistol. So you can see what that looks like. So that's very cool. Also comes with this weapon as well, sort of a larger gun. Not really too sure what kind of gun that is, but it looks cool. I'm pretty happy with that. It's always nice to have a version of Snake Eyes that has more traditional gun kind of weapons instead of just swords. And he also has another knife down here in this little sheath on his hip. So that's very cool as well. So yeah, quite a few accessories with this. You know, pretty happy with that. So in terms of articulation, at the head, he gets sort of just a spin at the upper part of the neck, but there's also articulation at the lower part of the neck. So you can actually bend forward and back that way. And he also gets a little bit of sort of side to side movement, but most of that articulation seems to be happening at the lower part of the neck rather than at the upper part. I don't think this is necessarily a ball joint up here because it pretty much just seems to swivel at that top joint. Not really getting too much other movement there. And then the shoulder, he can extend out. He also gets 360-degree movement. He also gets a bicep swivel as well, and double jointed at the elbow as well, so bends quite a bit up, so that's kind of nice. At the torso, he's got sort of a hinge joint here, so you can kind of do a crunch like that, so back and forth like that. So quite a bit of articulation there. Also some side to side, you can see at the waist, and also a pivot at the waist. So yeah, quite a bit of movement in the middle of the torso there. At the hip, you can kick out, you can kick forward, kick back a little bit. He also gets a thigh rotation right here. Also double jointed at the knees as well. So as you can see, he can bend pretty far back with the knee joint right there. So that's pretty cool. There's also a swivel right here, as you can see at the lower leg, and also articulation at the ankles, back and forth, and then rocking back side to side like this. So cool stuff. A lot of articulation on this figure. So yeah, pretty happy overall with the articulation and the accessories on this. I think they did a good job overall. You know, could have used maybe a few more paint accents, but I actually like just these are sort of subtle and not really too much on the head sculpt. There's just a little red dot right up there, and that's about it. So they're kind of keeping it simple in terms of the overall look of this Snake Eyes. Overall, pretty happy with the articulation and the details on this figure. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more reviews of G.I. Joe figures in the future, think about subscribing to the channel because I will be covering a lot more of this kind of stuff in future videos. Until next time, I hope you're having a great day, and thanks for watching.